Sentinels Cubert Academy versus M80, my friends. Get ready because this one will be insane, bro. Two very strong teams, bro.
One of these teams gets that qualification spot.
And the winner here will qualify for playoffs. For the loser,
playoffs, and already we did get a little bit of information that Redux is just on the outside there. But right now from Cubert Academy, things are a little bit more slow coming in from them. And
both teams playing Tejo. I like that.
Difference. Q coming in on
that
that
from Race.
I'm excited
so good with
to
this
see
Asian
how
man.
they're going to chain
And
things
Knight
together, because I think that
playing his favorite agent, I believe, man.
of potential at trapping players down, allowing M80.
First time I saw him playing, man, was on this map with
their
both.
opponents down.
And he was destroying
a lot of that
people.
will come on the short attack line. Until that point, it's got to be all about playing off of that utility upon the swings. And so Cubert Academy, a lot of this early round is going to be about sniffing out the right target and prioritizing the lane that they occupy. Double swing from Okeanos and company, who has taken up that duelist mantle until Sato makes his way onto the
Damn.
He's been a duelist for a good, decent chunk of time, so he'll do his job pretty dang well. Good for the 1-for-1 as Redux will fall. Cubert Academy make their way onto the site itself, where the deadlock utility does not, in fact, lie, especially thanks to that stealth drone that we did cost down. We'll find a kill along the way, too, but Kyle has been able to spread this thin and keep this down to a 1v1. Scuba, VB Dog, classic duel between these two. They faced off against each other so many times.
Got destroyed by the frenzy, bro.
Very nice buy-up coming into this next round, as we do see Okeanos back with the Outlaw, and B-Dog just so aware, but can't quite find that kill.
Bit dog and clove too. Ooh.
Need to do much work.
Damn, bro!
Toxic Orb is reduced. Cubert.
Best of 4K ever.
There's a reason why Redux was able to get a 60 bomb in the last matchup. Want to see that talent thrive yet again.
Cubert is a jet-powered surgical needle, and Redux is
That was so
aggressive
by Redux, bro. I don't like that play.
Dog, who is now only one orb away from that ultimate. Nismo attempting
a lot of different angles.
Now he's got company upstairs, and so Cubert, they can only confidently take this front half of sight. And it seems like they're not holding on to too much confidence right now as M80 continue to field out that pressure. And Okeanos continues to repeat. That's another one down. Nismo finally.
Okay, Nismo saving the round.
He'll extend past the shower to find lead bid 2. That's 2 down now for Cubert. Caillou will be able to silence that, but now comes that confidence on the short push itself, and a 2v3 against what M80 still has is a half-hearted buy. Not out of the cards just yet for this bonus to be retaken back. A lot of it rests on Knight's ability to frag outside of that util, and he's just having so much trouble finding those heads on the swing back. Really tough angles to manage by yourself, which is why you now have some help from beyond the smoke. No Scuba, just waiting for the peek instead, and that's gonna be enough! All three go to him, and the bonus will still go Cubert's way.
That was beautiful, bro.
All or nothing here on Redux's push, and off of one blast.
Nice,
he's able to discombobulate Weeded and get that frag pretty quickly after. Nice reaction time from what is still the star of Cubert Academy. Snakebite a little too late on top of the spike plant, so Cubert can still disperse onto site. And look how much space they have blossomed into with such minimal util available from M80 at this stage in the round. Okeanos going to be forced to just kind of walk onto site and find a shot wherever he can, but this
yeah, the round here is over. This two, man, they gotta save this weapons.
So they'll just head over to a free A site. That being said, the spike is still a good distance away from this, so Cubert will have to fight this out, and Okeanos is ready to get in front of it. Amazing kill on this Outlaw to open things up, and he'll go for even more, but Knights will shut that down. That being said, M80, they've taken the site, and they have a little bit of time still left before this spike makes it on over, and that's all the time they need. Bon Bao popping off here.
What?
Defender snake fight to flush out. We did all of a sudden. It's a 1v1 against a B-Dog at 1 HP.
Bro.
This Viper's pit gets Scuba down to 27 million.
Yo, if you have 1 HP and you walk into the pit, you should die.
Could dictate this round and how it goes. But Scuba is not the one spamming. It's B-Dog instead.
Yo, what is...
B-Dog's timing is
bro.
defense, but with the shots he was able to fire, they know Scuba could reposition up that tight end, and so he's going to go for a full-fledged rotation up the bottom of the pit. Beyond risky, but he sees any play as such at this stage. In he walks, no reduction to the health. That is too far gone. He's got to check every inch of this pit until he walks right into the sight line. It all comes down to who's being watched.
Oh my god, and he actually won that?
Shuts down the pit.
That's insane, bro. That's actually insane.
Half thrifty round 3.
The god.
He said the Okeanos just a little bit extended. It's what he loves to do best on this duelist, and he's got a limited time on it unless Sato never gets a visa. M80 once again full-blown denial on everything except Redux's showstopper, and B-Dog's extra life off of that.
Yeah, they got destroyed here.
Bolster it even further. He's the one to get in front of it first.
Only Scuba left.
Weeded's coverage
No money.
really matters to keep that man advantage.
Only America, bro.
And it is truly rolling. Scuba, yet another 1v4, but problem is he's not getting 3 simultaneous kills. Still no committed plant though yet. They don't have the security for it until maybe Redux gets up. No, let's just go for the peaks here on top of the blast pack, and now comes the extension. Knights unable to find that opening kill outside of Lamps, and the control of it is already gone. So Cubert, they'll try to undercut from the south side of the site, and they'll get a good amount of work done, and still turn around.
Man, 2v2, but they're so low.
So now an Armageddon defensively placed in the middle of sight. It catches absolutely nobody, but it does field out T-Dog and that spike in showers, where Weeded was aware the whole time. Redux now alone in the lamps. Nismo now alone on the bench. The drop down from it on top of the...
What the fuck happened?
Off angle, short sight onto Caillou.
Man, they were so low. How did they whiff those shots?
Able to manage. So running low on time in this round. Hello, 19 seconds.
Annihilation ready to go as well from Q. That could be good at least stepping someone out as the fall comes through.
Silent drop down. We're still going for the fight first. T-Dog good for the 1, and Okeanos can hold down 2.
Nice, bro, nice.
Net on the exit. Cubert will once again go for this A push, a lot more aggressive this time, and they know they have to push out B-Dog. They use the Toxic Orb for it, and we did. On the other side of that overextension, immediately shuts down Redux, and now Okeanos getting greedy with this dimensional drift on the other channel as well. M80 again, it's a full-blown shutdown on all fronts. Flawless victory.
Potentially exploring this B site, M80 have not moved a muscle and still have quite a bit of tools to deal with this potential A side hit. Oof. The Annihilation gets popped.
Okay, gonna buy some time.
A little bit exploratory, but it once again is just
gotta respect that.
At arm's length away.
And at this point, you're able to time them out again. There's 20 seconds on the clock, and we're not even broken through short. That being said, Redux unchecked and shower. You can find the off angle.
My God.
He doesn't frag out. Caillou still somehow finds 1. We're still opening up this site. Paint shell's just now used on the mid site that Knights can no longer breach past because of it. And Okeanos is attempted to get walled out by Redux instead. But they win that fight anyway. And now M80 will just come back on site to circumvent.
Scuba once again, man. Very tough situation.
Scuba is asked by all the remaining players on their knees to clutch up. And he just might. Okeanos caught short. B-Dog on the prowl with this shorty, and he'll make it work.
That Cubert Academy just feel so uncomfortable in every single scenario.
I'm just really not seeing all the connection that Cubert watchers would be asking for, but...
What?
When M80 decides to answer prematurely...
Bro, Bao is looking clean.
Bao! The other Viper getting in on the action with aggression himself. And that'll work out a whole lot better.
Bro.
To spray through, and now can't. And gets fielded away by B-Dog on the ultimate. He's got to run away from that to prevent it, and so it'll still be a 2v3. But
yeah,
right into Weeded. And the blanks in their heads are still forming up, even when...
Yeah, Viper spits for Scuba. Bao is already low.
Monopolized sight on either side. Nismo's extension is the most important part of what's going on right now. But it is a 2v2, plain and simple, in this final round of the half.
And importantly, Scuba does have that ultimate, so the Viper's pick comes online. And this is going to be especially effective, given the fact that Nismo's still alive. The salvos are going to be a one-tap kill, especially with the...
Bro, this is so tough for M80, dude.
Is deployed here.
But this is good for the game. Cubert gotta win this round here, so you have it close.
Let's see how M80 want to do this. Bao and Weeded still alive, looking for some information.
It's got to be all low ground, and they've garnered that Scuba is all the way back on the pit. So forcing them to step out, the salvos to counteract on the tap first, and so now they'll try to take over the pit. Bao watching the heaven swing that Nismo is attempting to reconnect on. That stun grenade launched just in time, and Weeded just trying to rush on. Short line is still going to be the main line of attack in Cubert Academy. They will wait for the smokes on Link to get fully boxed out. Looks like they won't try to regress until the spike goes down, and with that barrier mesh, good thinking.
Yeah, nice easy plant down. It's going to stall things out for quite some time as well. Allow for plenty of time for M80 to set up their post-plant positioning. And we're seeing exactly that. They're just waiting for it to go down before Cubert Academy try to re-engage here.
Scuba, the one with the sheriff from on high. He's going to be the biggest threat, as always, so far on this map. Salvos in to flush out the lamp control, and so now M80 is ducked back to short. Massive amount of space already gained here in the pistol as Cubert begin their bulldozing. They'll get a lot of damage done, and Knights will finally get his opportunity to pop off. Redux is the duelist, will finalize, and B-Dog is the only one standing. But with the overhealth, it's still a little bit tough.
Bro, that was so close. Holy shit, dog. That was crazy, bro. Yo, the judge here is too good, bro. In a run like this, I never going hooker, bro. Ever in my life.
Scuba's
They
got
also
an
have
opportunity to
Fade
do
or
something
Sky.
crazy here.
There's a try swing, and it's not peak. That's both down. Massive gains for Cubert Academy. And
Ortejo.
Okeanos TP's on his sight right in Nismo's waiting arms. It's another perfect interception here from Sentinels Academy. Now it's got to be the dry swings. We did
Sentinels
the one, and it's
Cubert
an
Academy is
RP
back on the game,
for
my friends.
B-Dog in front of that spike. So he'll just try and farm up whatever he can, including that orb, and see if he can bait one more out. He actually does. Nice shots, dude. Immediate grab onto Redux. Are they going to try and push this? No, because they were stalled themselves. But the pressure is very much real, and into the clone, Redux is going to fully back out. Knights tries to take the place, but
No
Okeanos has both of them.
Okeanos insane.
down. And an opportunity presents itself. Redux still on site with this sniper, though, and body shots are really all you need. Suppressed now and sprayed to a crisp, but still.
Bro, this is the round that you're just gonna lose, man.
So much of M80 is so low at
The
this stage.
forbidden one, bro.
How do you win that swing?
But what a round by Okeanos.
That again opens the door for M80 in such a crucial round that Cubert wanted to hold on to. But Scuba's wraparound is massive, and B-Dog's plan
They're
is
so
now
low.
ISO'd 2v2 against two players that don't have much to offer. Okeanos tempted as ever to let that dimensional drift go, but positioning of Cubert is too uncertain, and the smokes are now gone. Salvo into lamps to force Redux out just a little bit, but that doesn't let him go any further in this last choke in it. So it's just space guaranteed for Okeanos to wander up towards, and with the help of that smoke, Redux has all the security in the world reset again. Fake TP to try to get some sort of drop, but there's just too much to check.
Made noise.
Scuba, though, caught off
Okay,
guard by
it's gonna
Reed,
be.
so now we're in a 1v2 scenario. That's enough time for the dimensional drift to come through and the spike to get picked up. But Redux will find the kill on Weeded in the meantime, and so it's these two duelists duking it out in the post plant.
I think he should play in headshot position.
You want to head?
Okay.
You're about to see it happen right
He'll
now.
die.
Another fake TP that Okeanos can let fly. This is the only swing he gets, and the bullet blown. That's his one shot. This is it, but so does Redux, and we re-up again.
Yeah, now.
Okeanos opting for that high ground. No, the drop back down, just trying to keep him guessing, and he does!
Bro,
Still, though, should be able to move in pretty effectively right now. And yeah, seems like that's going to be absolutely the case. Here comes the engagement.
Stepping in is Okeanos once more, and he continues to step in. Such action from this man. Continuing to be a bright light for the team, and one of the most explosive personalities so far in Challengers. And now the rest of M80 can pick up the pieces. Never mind, Okeanos is back in the kill feed again. Nismo the only one remaining here from the shower peak, and yeah, not much.
Yo, Okeanos. He's playing so good, bro.
So garnered onto the pit. It was a very well stacked defense onto that.
Good game, my
side.
friends.
And Redux so
Yo,
far forwards right
you
now,
gotta,
making
bro.
sure that shower is
Lerka,
under the control
it
of
changed the game, man.
Utter
It changed the game.
ridiculous coming from Redux, waiting.
Yesterday we saw loss
M80's
from
aggression
4
on the
Academy.
inside.
In
Ace
two
needs to be
times
as
he's getting more
expected, and now
kills.
the Armageddon
Today we saw on the
of Showers,
previous
it
game
seems
as
like he
well.
might have been prepared for this, but
think it was
Nismo
Benny
is
doing it.
missed alongside that hold, and so there's a lot more power alongside that other end, and so Caillou is caught
Wanna
off guard.
smash the bank
Spike's still
card.
not down.
Ooh,
Short's
have
still
the
not
bout.
guaranteed. The stealth drone will
Does it fly?
suppress just Okeanos, though, so hitting wide, M80 continue to find that breadth of space and could TP even if they wanted to. It seems like that's in the cards. That's exactly what they'll do. 60 seconds to go and a whole open B site, but no more Von Bow.
But that was fair.
Nice, just TP's right through and grabs the
That's
kill.
good.
They're
Being
gonna get
aggressive.
more aggressive on top of it.
Beautiful
And it'll
night.
work out almost
Beautiful
entirely
man.
to their favor, except, of course,
That was big. That was big.
a little bit more.
instantly. Haven't really seen the deadlock be really useful on this attack thus far.
Bro, it's too good, man.
It's going to be online.
That's a
Now
big kill.
Decide to move in.
Scuba so by himself there, and M80 have every excuse to just unload. Redux stuck for far too long.
Bravo,
He'll
man.
still find his after Okeanos goes crazy in the middle, and they've got to deal with this raise ASAP if they want a chance at taking over. They
Ball
can.
has ult.
Still the 3v2 though on the retake, and Cubert's
Nice.
once again
Turn your
already
around,
here.
man.
Knights?
On you.
Sniper's Pit is gonna get thrown in just to guarantee, and Knights already on the drop, ready to go, but Caillou catches him early on. No reason to use the ultimate at this stage.
Yeah.
It's gonna be T-Dog
Good
holding
dog.
onto this rifle,
He's
no doubt
saving.
saving it.
Use a guiding light as well. No information given away. And now that rotation is going to be coming around.
Good job.
Let's one operator shot go. That should signal to M80 where they are. But with those close smokes down, this is the engagement time for M80.
Really wanted to take that high ground after the fact, but he's got to reposition a little quickly here. Knights will finally use that ultimate after getting trumped by B-Dog, but he gets shut down immediately after again. Now an Armageddon up the front lines of A-Side to at least stall this out, so Cubert can go for that interception that they love so dearly. But a barrier mesh placed up the midline makes it so M80 can still enter this site, except for Nismo, who does have that high ground as opposed to Redux. He's got this operator down the lamp site. very close quarters.
Yeah, he doesn't know the guy right
risky, but he'll
across.
take what he can get.
What time?
13 seconds on the clock. M80, they have only one more opportunity to go for this plant. B-Dog can be facilitated by the crossfire, but T-Dog just walks in on top of it and he'll get the kill.
Yo, that was insane, T-Dog.
Grab a second, in fact, on top of it, and just walks right in with the shorty with no bullets left. We did with that shutdown. Not against Nismo in the ditto, and it's a 2.
The kid, man. The new player.
So desperately. One smoke.
He got a like beautiful run by Nismo, dude.
Cubert will keep 2 standing to tie us back up.
An Armageddon in the clutches of We Did. Could guarantee this A-side hit. Armageddon going to be coming in now. They decide to move up there, and Okeanos gets shut down.
Moving in front of Okeanos, so now they gain that shower control that M80 is well aware of, but that just facilitates a crunch if Cubert are fast enough to it, and a snake pipe is not perfectly placed, so Cubert can still get this fight going a whole lot better than M80 does, and now the rest of Cubert is here to take the rest of it. Should be curtains from there, but first off shot missed. B-Dog stuck in this smoke. It is going to be the
What a great game, man.
Question
Only
is how much
the
more
first
we can get
map.
along the way and just keep
But
Cubert
this
in
is a mid-map pick.
an
If it
unstable
was here,
position in this final round. Maybe get B-Dog's ult out of here if you're lucky, but gotta do so much work, and as the very much fades, they're really ready for the swing. They saw the foot too. It's over, bro. Still that set play prepared for M80. Stealth throwing out to B site. It's early though. Annihilation on the entry, but Salvo to slow down, and M80 might have been a little too quick on the trigger. This Viper's doing such an incredible job of completely denying this ultimate, and now Scuba himself is just gonna hold it down close quarters on the sonic sensor. Nismo encroaches as well, but B-Dog is going crazy up here on site. Knights can at least shut that back.
GG!
Showstopper is too late because the rest of Cubert has it covered. 3 men stay standing for a 13-11 victory from Sentinels Cubert Academy.
And that is a victory you definitely want to carry forwards, given the fact.
Let's go.
Very
Play it time, my friends.
It's going to be shaken out. Cubert Academy does start us on the attack, and M80
No vice?
already exploring
Knights?
defensively up mid.
When we asked how good
I like that, man. I like sessions.
these teams said, bet, individual execution. Got it, let's do that. Scuba, as the one universal controller for this Cubert squad, has the world on his shoulders, and he will use it to take the one approach as the 4-stack launches their way up through vents and begins one fast invasion.
That's a different round.
Tempo that
I
we were
saw one.
hoping they would execute with, but that leaves M80 tempo.
Bro, run away, bro, run away.
Gonna have to block this Nebula as he sprays.
Holy shit.
13 HP, knowing that this is the only controller that M80
Almost
has to
got
deal
one.
with. They will go hunting for this and then deal with the rest of the fight that Cubert still hasn't exactly won yet. We did with the trade for 1, and they still control the tower. The stealth throw, though, is too much.
They're going A. I love this pistol.
Now we're on the track back over to A site, which is more open.
What the heck was
Masters,
going on?
what? This is the real Valorant, bro.
Chasing one person one way, chasing the other person one way. Cubert Academy first decide to go A, decide to go B, swing back to A, back to B.
The good thing, man, I am very used to the Thailand time zone,
on that single pistol round, but now
it'll
Cubert
be good for me.
Academy, they've got the numbers advantage. Caillou as well, very low health here, so Knights should be able to at least get a 1-tap, but has more than enough defense here as the Knights gets one, forcing bound forwards.
Panic shells from Redux. It doesn't matter. He can land it with the shot. The wall is put up on the vents to prevent that peak from being too strong. But it's only now that Cubert decide to actually walk onto the site. They really want to make sure everything's clean, especially with a sun like that. And Bao and Okeanos do find early collection. Still, though, the army has made it onto site, and M80's rotation a little late, but still, they find the heaven angle and are able to grab 1 kill before the Salvo plays keep away. Another 2v3 now for Cubert Academy to try to manage, and they will start early. Redux with that gun diff, spraying down Caillou. We did it, B-Dog walking on back from that screen presence, and B-Dog already ahead of it. We did nice chokehold to be able to grab the 1, and Redux with the trade-off. That shuffle that Cubert was looking for previously starting to pay off and get a little faster, but 25 HP, he's got to be the one to find the spray. And B-Dog has a bloody Vandal to his name too. If he finds that angle first, it is curtains. Gets onto site for free here as Redux knows how limited the space he has is, but B-Dog has himself away with these steps on the spike. No point in waiting at this stage. Paint shells on top of a B-Dog.
And he still gets the kill, bro.
Leaves Redux the one moment. Looks like it'll be a vent push to start.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah, that stealth drone is going to do a lot of slowdown, and M80 again backing out. They'll hear this push, but what can you do to stop it? We did standing alone on top of it.
We did.
Doors and grabs 2. Now Knights has to.
Ay. He's alive?
Futil in his hand. We did stays alive for far too long. Scuba with the re-up, but Caillou is able to
Big run by we did, man.
peek on a Nismo before yet
Scuba
again,
once again in a 1v3 time. Slow. No chance, man.
Oh, Bao just had the opportunity to get a bucket kill, but decides to back off. Doesn't matter. Scuba goes down onto the site. The noise is heard. 2 people here and ready to go. Oh, and they just slowly move up.
Okay. That provides way less power to Okeano's Outlaw, and they're able to just swarm Bon Bao. Tower completely under Cubert's control already, and the Armageddon is preventative, but also way too late. Cubert's already on site, buddy, and B-Dog can lock down the shots just once before Nismo gets that adopted new angle. It's a Rolling Thunder trying to play for the defense. Now the Armageddon on the cross-section, so you can't react.
Big round, man.
And Redux can just play keep away. Exactly how Cubert wants to operate on a push like this, where they don't even have to plant the spike yet. They're still going for the fight.
And the bridge will have everything.
Remnants of it are left.
Can I do it?
Now time back out.
Sure?
And we did simultaneously have their full kits back up.
I have Aldo too.
Not exactly in the same spot. We did still, or Caillou is still double checking to make sure there's no flank. And the salvo's gonna force out We did before there's the double peek. And so another stinger kill on the side of Cubert Academy. Caillou in the 1v4 that he is forced to try to aggress to try to keep Cubert from getting that snowball going again. But this is not an angle that Bao has taken just yet. Okeanos is still forced to watch down the garage site. Both of them are protected by their own, by the opposing Cosmic Divide, though. Bell fielded out the first time. That's going to prompt the salvos out against the paint shells from Redux. So tower is re-cleared by Cubert. This operator's still fully functional. And timing is his greatest enemy.
This is in big trouble, bro.
Taken care of now. Caillou playing bodyguard, only good for one. Rest of M80.
How is he alive?
On a site, and Okeanos dimensional drift to pick up the rifle.
Yo, beautiful paranoia.
Even as possible, but B-Dog is still alone here.
Yo, Okeanos is too good, man.
All of a sudden alone against 2 rifles.
Ay.
That's sublime adaptation from Okeanos.
Bro, that was crazy.
For M80 again.
To Redux without the rocket being fired off. It was that trigger discipline that didn't quite work, but a very characteristic. Already, it's going to be a lot going in, but B-Dog repositioning so smart, still alive.
And the Boombot not catching him, but the double swing will. Great attempt from B-Dog to avoid all of that, and I mean...
Yeah, Cubert looking very good here.
Still too much on site. Meanwhile, Bon Bao with his Viper's Pit making sure that Scuba is not lurking. Still so much uncertainty for this M80 takeover, but they'll have to just make it work. Okeanos still operator in hand.
Yo, Redux, man, this kid is different, bro. Holy shit. Doesn't make any sense, bro.
Flexes on this guy. Unbelievable. And he'll go for more. He is hungry as can be, but we did the crawl up. Redux is expecting it. Timing.
Ay.
Bao, though, now picking up the operator. This is a bit of a risk considering, Cubert's already here for the action.
The B-Dog now just on the other side of that smoke. Could have found some value here, but it's leading to...
We did!
And he's got...
Okay, got you. That's good, man.
That allows even more aggression from the remainder of M80, and B-Dog is able to turn on a Redux's entry out of the smoke. Counteracted pretty quickly, but 3v2, M80 is pretty content with that at the moment. No smokes available, just these initiators to try to make the headway. So it's all got to be in the one and done fight. But Okeanos shuts down the back end of it, and Nismo already choked up against this ledge. Good for the one on the head. Now Caillou next to peek it out. Has the stun available too. That'll slow them both down. And Bon Bao still
has time. You can win this, bro.
Nismo the back away, still good to save himself, and he does have the spike. Could feign a rotation. Fully fledged, go for it. Has 50 seconds on the clock to do whatever he pleases.
Keep in mind, too, an Armageddon online for Nismo.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of potential here to stall things out or at least deny a lot of that space if you want to use it onto this round. Meanwhile, on the other side, the fault line is going to be activated.
Yo, very winnable.
Caillou still has a flash available as well as that aftershock, so a lot of breach utility. I like the way that Nismo's playing this goes for a little bit more forward aggression, might catch a timing.
This is
you're gonna spend
one of the
guilty here, right?
You have to take
Stun,
that
flash,
chance.
bridge,
anything? Stepping up, it's the double swing.
Anything? No?
And like to go and find those kills. So great job coming through as this 9-3 half.
Redux getting aggressive off rip here for the defense. Will open up with one, and no one is able to punish a blinding speed from the Rays instead of the Yoru, who now double up after Keydog goes down. But Bao will be able to trade that out. So a 3v3 as M80 waltz onto site with much less in their way. But now Nismo, another wrap around himself. B-Dog keeping the back seat, though, and no one's checking for him except for Knights. But he's going to be a little too late for it. Nismo outside the corner, and Knights can't cover it. And again, these microcosms outside of Spike dictate how the fight on top of it goes. Caillou walks into a barrage of Cubert members and can't kill one instantaneously. Never mind, there you go. There's the opener. And now the wrap up from B-Dog himself. Good for one.
We got a game.
Look at the discipline here. Redux, so careful. Waiting for them to push, and now the time crunch says that M80, their
Time is low. It has nade, satchels.
No ramp control thanks to the smokes, and Redux's shot does land, but most of the members of M80, actually no, 2 of them, stand at that full HP. The first one to walk into it is the one who gets...
Pray and pray.
Now we just spam through that smoke as there's 10 seconds to go. There is no more opportunity for M80 to get onto site here, and Cubert wrap up...
That was a red round, and now their money is shit.
Really struggling to get their foot into the door. Every time they walk into the site, it's like they don't have really anything to work off of. And now Redux, very aggressive showstopper.
Oh my god, he gets out clean.
Happy with that, so we'll just back out of it.
And again, unpunishable thanks to Knights' insane slow orb on top of that. They were so ready for someone to get ahead, whether it was B-Dog's or Oki's TP, and they were 100% right. Again, the reads are so there this time around, and so much credit has to be given to Dapper on that. The man has been watching this team.
Yeah, man, didn't mention that, but Dapper is the coach now. Legend.
Time to point out the difference between the Sage and the Vise.
Master winner, by the way.
A lot of people think, oh, you know, Vise, that's the one you want to go. It's just a little bit better, but there's no deploy time on getting the Thorn Barrier out there. Versus the Slow Orbs, immediately as soon as it touches the ground, will deploy. There's no opportunity for someone to shoot it out. So it's just kind of that like faster play that if you want to play off the trap, that's going to be Sage.
Huge post by Von Bao, but the rest of the push has to be as strong, and they cannot make it work. We did the only one standing outside of that, and now Cubert can compress on the remainder.
Map in Civis Point.
Space, and M80 has to clear it again, which is making it so difficult. B-Dog going for the deep back TP to add a little bit of confusion to Scuba, but it is a very fast storm by M80.
This is the speed that they were trying to approach with before, and this time they meet far less of an interception. That is the moment to engage. Now Cubert fully stacked on top of the tower for this retake that they know is going to take a lot. So
they go to play him, man.
Invest that much, or do they see how much they can squeeze out of M80 along the way? We'll see how much of a trade it ends up being, but Redux is, of course, going to be the first to engage with it on that round.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that.
This Armageddon go, and a Rolling Thunder proactively to prevent that kind of action on top of it. B-Dog good for the 2 kills, but now Cubert can jump on top of it.
Yo, Nismo.
Get nearly as much action done. I don't know how Nismo hits both of those, but he's hungry for more. Gets on top of the spike and just jumps into this pit.
Why didn't he use the ult? And went on Talmud?
Find a kill on with this dimensional drift. He's going to play it mega early to try and get ahead of this slow orb and try to hunt down Knights. No, he just sees Knights. Now he wants Scuba.
Hello, Scuba.
And on top of the fault line, he's gonna make it happen.
Get this right, bro. Holy shit.
Amazing fight taken up.
If not to get this kill, he has press.
Zone away, and so Knights will clean that up. And in fact, res Scuba as well. So it turns back into a 5v4 the other way, thanks to what Cubert were able to hold on to. But still, M80 have
both the hills with ult.
Again to hold on to. Here it comes. To make sure they have all the space they need for Cubert to not go for the interception.
Bro, look at
where
this
they
plant.
lied
It's fucking beautiful, man.
Still a 3-step in the tower, and
no, not like this. When it look like it is red shot.
Von Bao needs to land at least one. The stealth drone is going to catch him out. No abilities, and Scuba gets ahead of it. Now the full-blown Cubert squad can attack the 3-stack on B site. Is M80 prepared? They simply must be. There is no more room to wait for it. First drop down to clear the close space. Knight's good for the 1 on the opening. Now Caillou good for the 2, and Nismo shut down.
B-Dog.
It's all down to B-Dog against the 3 in the back line.
GG, my friends.
Made the wraparound happen.
Leave a like, subscribe. Tomorrow we got Masters Bangkok,
bro.
with
their 6th in Purgatory.
And it will be legendary.
Your 3rd team to make North American Challengers playoffs.
And wow, Cubert Academy, they looked so good on this. Obviously on that first map, we were seeing Bind be a little bit more evened out between these 2 teams.